minute. Which I would. If you asked me a year ago, 13 months ago, that I would be right here looking at you, I'd have laughed. I'd have said, no way. I've tried it all, and I'm sure you have. I know your products work. You stick to them. But the support was not there. And it is because of one friend like you have. My best friend, those of you know, Tammy Hennick. We were best friends in high school. She was my rock in high school. And I loved her dearly. And we lost touch also for about 13 years, thanks to Facebook and Beachbody. Facebook first. I started watching her, and I'm like, what the heck is this shaky crap? What are you talking about? There she is. I love you. And I watched her, and at this point, let me just tell you real quickly, brief history. I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's thyroiditis when I was young, so this kind of works against you. After giving birth to my first son, a year after, when I was 22, I had ballooned up to 250 pounds. A single mother, got depressed. Ended up getting a job, lost a lot of it, but it slowly over time started gaining weight again. I started falling apart in about 2006. I woke up one day and I was unable to walk. My right leg was swollen. I couldn't touch it. I couldn't lift the floor. It took a long time to figure out that I had no cartilage in my foot, so I had my foot fused. Thinking to myself, just before this happened, that I wanted to start to run. I wanted to get out there and do things. Well, I shut that down. Over time, after I got that fixed, I had miscarried a child. I started having problems with my knees. I've had my left knee cleaned out, a ruptured cyst behind my knee. And then 2 years ago, I was diagnosed with ulcerative colitis. I started getting very ill. Finally, that's when Tammy and I started 2012 in November, or it was actually October, and like I said, I was watching her, what she was doing, and just watching her inspiration. And I asked her, I said, what is this Shakeology? And she was telling me about it, so I went and looked up on it. And the very first story I read about Shakeology was a lady who was in remission from Shakeology, with Shakeology for ulcerative colitis. I said, what? If you know anybody that has that, or Crohn's or anything like that, it's a horrible thing to have. And I'm like, I have to try this. And I told my husband, I said, something has to work, and I have to try. So I started with Shakeology, and Tammy was only starting her first challenge group. So she's like, I want you in it, and I was like, okay, financially, like you said, it's kind of hard, but my husband said, we'll make it work, Monica, it's going to make you better. Well, Black Friday came along, and a great sale on Turbo Fire. I was like, yeah. My Christmas present that year was Turbo Fire. And if you would have seen me, this body, trying to squat, I could not, forget it. I couldn't get on the floor. I couldn't lift my legs past here, where it's like, ooh, now I can, yeah. It was horrible, and my husband would come in the room first time I did a hit. Oh, talk about Kleenex. I was bawling. Tears were streaming down my face, but I did not give up. I didn't want to let my friend down. I didn't want to let my teammates down, and I did not want to let myself down again. So I pushed on, and I did it every day. And I was really concerned actually when I first started doing it. I'm like, my legs were one of the worst problems on me. These are never going to go away if I can't do what they're doing. But when you know, getting on the floor a month later to do core 20 with Shailene, I looked down and I said, whose legs are these? I'm like, these aren't my legs. These aren't these big, I was used to. I was so surprised. I'm like, oh my gosh. And it wasn't until that point, only a month into it, I travel around, I'm a phlebotomist by day, and I deal with a lot of elderly. God bless them all. They were saying, Monica, are you okay? You're losing weight so fast. No, honey, it's all good. And I tell them, and they're like, because I'm really worried. I'm like, no, it's a good thing for the first time in my life. It's a good thing. The changes, one after the other. Actually, at the end of our first challenge group, Tammy threw us a party and gave us little awards, and I won the award for the most NSVs posted, non-scale victories, because it was like daily after that. It was like, oh my gosh, my pants are loose. Oh my gosh, my bra's too big. So it was one after the other, and at first she told me, you're going to be a coach one day. I'm like, well, when in February, me along with my sister Rosemary, who's been a strength for me, signed up to be coaches. Discount coach. Fell in love with the programs, wanted pump. So I got pump. Oh my gosh, I love pump. My husband knows I have a fitness crush on Joel. That's me. Anyway, so, and then it was one after the other. I got combats, which I'm doing now, and Body Beast for my son. And this is the other thing, my husband, who never left out a day in his life, has now this year changed his self to better himself. I have an 18-year-old and a 4-year-old. My 18-year-old started Body Beast, but he did some of the programs on and off, but he's now dedicated to Body Beast. And my 4-year-old, who can sing every song in Turbo Fire, and with us, if we did Turbo Fire, he would be here dancing with us. But my sisters, my family, extended family, cousins, nieces, and you don't realize who's looking, and until one day I sat at the kitchen table and I made a post like this, and I sat there for about an hour at the table on my laptop, and my husband's at the computer, and he's like, Monica, push the button. I wrote out a big thing about myself, and I've never posted it on Facebook before. Knew what I was doing, but never saw it out there. And I sat there, and he said, Monica, are you proud of what you've done? I said, yes. He said, then hit the button. There went about 80 posts later from people that were so impressed and inspired by just a girl who wouldn't get off the couch. This company, my friend Tammy, my family, has saved me. And the challenge groups were the key. They're so important, and to find the why, my why kept me going. And I just posted on my challenge group that we started a week ago, the why, to all the new people to find your why. And I told them, after all this time, my why has changed from being about myself to helping all of them. It is so important. And Tammy posted a little picture of her tea bag, inspirational tea bag last night. And I loved it. And it is so perfect. Together we can do what we can never do alone. And I want to thank all my girls in the Dynamic Dynasty. They're all over there waving. And if it wasn't for you all, I would not be standing here. So I wish you all the luck, and if you're just thinking about starting or thinking about joining, do it. Nothing but goodness comes from this, and love. And I don't know what else to say.